Hello, everyone. I just want to make a video. A lot of people talk about ascension and clearing energy fields, but what does that really mean? Like, what are these energy fields? Can you feel them? Is there a some sort of change in the body that you feel when these fields become clear? Um, what kind of discharge or acceleration occurs when these fields become active within the body? Like what does that entail? What does that feel like? What are the mechanisms of this increased vibrational frequency or these cleared energy fields? Like how does that how is that felt in the body? What are the sensations? How can you accelerate the feelings or move it around your body? And what does it feel like? That's what we explore here. That's what I like to teach is how to feel that change in your body and the vibrations that come with it, the sensations of like heat and tingling sensations that begin to emanate feelings of bliss and euphoria. Those are the energy systems that we are looking for when we're doing this work, because that is going to give us an answer of what this energy is, how does it affect the body, what are some of the sensations that are felt when this vibrational increase occurs. Like, I can tell you from my experience that it can be almost feels like an electrical current of energy moving through the body. And then it will fill up energy centers that are attached to the body. The Hindus mapped it out. Many monks have mapped it out. It's a well known system. And we're using these old systems to tap into where does this energy go? What kind of sensations are felt when this occurs? And you learn a lot about yourself and how to amplify these field fluctuations that come in onto your field. And some of the best ways is just putting your palms out in the air and focusing inward and really tapping into like um if you got to be in like a focused state where you can perpetuate the field around your body, and then you'll start feeling sensations. Like you'll sometimes nodes of light will appear on your palms, and then accelerations of electrical fields will occur too. And that's what we should be teaching is like how to manipulate these fields, where to go to find them, because that's what I believe megalithic structures were built for, were these mechanisms of vibrational energy that move through. I mean, they call them telluric. The telluric care. So we're after the telluric currents that are generated from these megalithic sites, and we try to manipulate these telluric currents into our own body, into our own fields, to accelerate a change. And when these changes occur, you'll you'll get pictures and images of the mechanisms of what is causing these field fluctuations. And this is how you can meet um, different entities that are associated with the landmark that you're working with, or a energy conveying device like a crystal. Crystals will emanate a field and allow for dimensional shift. And it's important to understand how these, when the energy comes in, like, okay, is it polarizing? Is it increasing the vibrational frequency of my hand? Where is it going? Can you move it around your body? Can you perpetuate it out of your hand? Can you move it in your chakras and get your chakras to start spinning? what symbols are associated with the energy that's being activated. A lot of times in my work, I will fluctuate between different symbols. Like I'll be working with the Jed pillar, or the Ankh, or the Celtic cross. Well, the Trinity knot. I mean, the Trinity knot will become active. The triple goddess symbol, the moon, will appear on the hand, and it'll emanate different colors too. Or Sanskrit will activate out of your palms, and this golden lettering will explode. And usually, it's accompanied with like a higher pulsations in the sacral and the solar plex will start increasing as as these symbols manifest in your palms that are coming out. And I believe it's all connected to the DNA. You, as you're learning about these symbols that become manifest in your body from meditating it and activating these field fluctuations, you will start understanding your DNA. I've also had double helixes manifest in my palms when I was activating the energy. So there is some sort of like DNA is created through this field that we're tapping into, and we're reading the voltage that's coming through our system, and it's going circulating throughout the mind, and then the mind will manifest images of what the energy is run into in your own body, and that is what was written down in the ancients of days. This is how they understood how to create megalithic structures, is because they were doing this meditations, and they were accessing it, and they were doing group meditations too, where everyone was in the same room on a higher frequency and a higher conscious, and they're accessing all kinds of data and information points. So you have these whole societies that base off the whole civilization on these concepts, and they're creating these super civilizations. And I want to tap into that. We need to learn how to do this together. Like one man can vibrate on a higher frequency and push it to other people, and then other people do it together, and you create this huge harmonious spheres of energy that perpetuate on the surrounding area. And who knows what capable of. As far as I'm convinced, these these entities that have flying saucers that these military men run into have all mastered this. This is why the laws of physics don't apply to them, because they have physics beyond the mind, and they use it to perpetuate it into the physical. So they're doing it, and we haven't achieved that. So we're still wondering how technology is possible. It's all conscious based. It's all learning these electrical fields, because then you put them in your ships. You use these fields to augment your system, and then that can give you shields, atmosphere, power. So that's why it's so important to understand how these field fluctuations occur, how to tap into it, how to augment it, how to accelerate it and move it around the body. Because then that's when you start seeing the true nature of what you're experiencing, because it can get up into your pineal gland, and then your systems will turn on, and it will give you an image of what's going on, and you can manipulate fields. I mean, when the Kundalini activates, the Uranus comes straight out of your forehead, and it connects you to temples of Egypt. So that's why it's so important to just do this work and really feel I mean, if you're not good at feeling the subtle feels, you just have to practice and find someone that's maybe doing the same, and you just put your palms together and try to accelerate the feeling. I've done it with so many people already, and they're amazed. Not many people feel those shit like your nervous system gets lit up. That's another side effect of this energy is your nervous system will begin to vibrate all throughout your forearm and your legs and your back and your tops of your head. Sometimes you'll feel vibrational euphoric feelings in parts of your brain that light up when this energy moves in. It does follow a sine wave function up the back, and I mean there seems to be two systems. You have the prana system, like the majority of the nerve, and then you have the kundalini channels, which is like another. It's connect with all the other meridians, but it does have its own channel. And that's what I believe Christ was talking about that got changed, unfortunately. I mean, it didn't get changed, but it's more metaphor. Um, but I feel like this is what Christ was doing. He felt exactly what I went through with my awakening, and he became a leader in talking about. Like, I feel like I've had his experiences, and it's just remarkable of what I connected to through my work. Every single faith on this planet was connected into my work. There was no entity that I did not interact with. That's all part of the Earth's face. I wouldn't say a lot of the Aborigine thing wasn't really strong. It was more like a lot of the ancient sects that created civilization as we know it came through. So it's just so really work on feeling that fluctuation, the spindles of energy that wrap around when the energy activates and how it moves through your nervous system. You really want to feel it up the body, the arms and the legs. And then you want to create a field around your body too. You want to be able to get good enough when you're raising the energy inside your body where it starts to hum your body, and you have like this field envelop over you, and it's very blissful. You gotta go by how it feels. Like if it's blissful, sometimes you'll run into interferences. So this is the biggest thing about the work is you'll run into interferences in your energy system and your chakras. These chakra points are real. It's where energy correlates together and spins so it can go up to the next level. It's a balancing. And if these things get blocked, it can prevent the movement of energy from the electrical field that's generating as you're meditating. And if that gets blocked, then energy can't move up. And the whole goal is to have it reach the crown eventually and then open up like a lotus flower above your head to meet into the higher fields of consciousness, which has happened to me on multiple occasions. I've had experiences with the lotus flower, and it feels great. I got really connected with a few Hindu. What's her name? Radha came through, and I really felt a strong connection of the consort with Krishna for some reason when my crown activates. It is so strong with um Krishna, and Ganesha comes by sometimes. I mean, the swastika got implanted on my field, so when you're interacting with this energy, certain symbols become active, and you'll see it in your mind's eye. And then what I like to do is I like to manifest that symbol that I'm like seeing, and sometimes it'll be in consonance with a higher vibrational energy, like a stronger blissful state, or like a piercing electrical field that starts emanating stronger from like my palms or my brain. My brain will accelerate sometimes, where like I'll feel like a very pleasurable wave moving in and out of my mind, and it will accelerate my feeling. And I'll feel like lots of love and bliss, and then that will give me, okay, so that is the symbol because I connected to whatever was manifesting in my field as I was feeling the sensations improve, accelerate around my head and the pulsations. Then it became stronger and more perpetual. I've had Hindu swastikas integrated into me. I've had Hebrew letters of Yod Vehe embedded into my forehead. Um, a lot of things has occurred through my meditation and my accessing these electrical fields that move up my spine and around my body. So I see it as like it's foolproof. It's like you're connecting to truth. I'm connecting to the truth of reality, of what it is to be connected to these different faiths. It's bullshit proof. Does your body change in vibrational frequency? Do you feel the electrical fields pulsate? Is your crown opening up like that of what the Hindus and the ancient Vedics and the scripture states like that happens? Do these things occur to you when you're getting your messages? Because if it's not, then you can't trust it. And that's what's most important. Is you got to be able to trust the information that's coming in. And I always did it through vibrational awareness. If I wasn't in a higher state of vibrational frequency, then I don't always believe everything that I encounter. Like it needs to be foolproof. Like I need to feel these electrical fields. And sometimes it's funny because like I'll use crystals and my hands will get a little clammy. That's like another sign. And then I'll start feeling my stomach uh swirl with vibrational energy. It's like a pulsing feel in my solar plex. And I'm breathing in and out to help move these channeled energies around. And then the field starts enveloping around the crystal because I'm opening up a gateway portal. And I'm not really like I'm just focusing on what the crystal is doing. I don't force anything. I just let it come to me. I'll just sit in vibration and see what happens. And then I just write it down and I tell the story. Oh, this happened this day. So it's important to feel these electric fields. Just make sure you're doing that work because then you know your truth. And that's what's most important.